All right, moving on to the final subject of the day's podcast. Why is CNN failing? Why is Netflix failing? And they're saying this article is saying Disney Plus is thriving, but after what's recently happened in Florida, fucking Disney is failing too. But that's a whole nother problem. But why are these companies failing, and why are companies like Timcast, us, and Daily Wire doing pretty damn good? Why? Why is that? It's because we offer something you don't, the truth, the reality. You might not agree with everything that I'm saying, but I'm not lying to you. I'm showing you the actual news. I'm telling you what I think, and I'm telling you to make up your own mind. That's why they like that better. What's Tim Pool doing? He's showing you the news. He's telling you your opinion. He's telling you what it could be. Like I said, like what the opposing opinion of you can be, and he's telling you to go make up your own mind. Why do people like Daily Wire? Because they offer fucking they admit their bias. They offer a counter view of what's going on, and they offer fucking cultural entertainment that isn't full of woke crap.
That's how winning is done.
This is why it's working. This is why these people are working. This is why those streaming services are fucking surviving, and things like this are failing. Like I watch Vet TV. Like they make some nice all veteran movie television that's a lot better than Netflix. That might become more expensive. I would rather funnel the Netflix money into veteran television. I'd rather funnel the Netflix money into Daily Wire. You know what I mean? I'd rather funnel Netflix money into Tim Pool. Fun people creating nice content that I can enjoy that isn't fucking wokeness, that's challenging the fucking corporate brainwashing media, because that's how winning is done. But let's get into this article. CNN Plus failed for the same reasons Netflix struggles and Disney Plus thrives. The streaming game has changed when the winners in the space play by different rules. When Netflix Inc. report began creating original content, it had the space to itself in the streaming world. Its early entries focused on creating prestige television and being very slow to cancel shows that made it approach similar to how HBO has done things for decades, where it produced a relatively small state, rarely canceled anything after the first season, and bet big on the relatively small state. And that's how it should work, because Netflix has been like, you got good shit and then you cancel it. And then you have shit and you keep it going for the sake of wokeness, I guess. I don't really know, because people were calling Vikings Valhalla wokeness because it incorporated some of the Greenland saga, and it featured Freydis the Shield Maiden, even though whether it's myth or legend, Freydis the Shield Maiden is in the Greenland saga. So I don't see how that's woke when you're like that's fucking thousands of years of Norse mythology, but I digress. That created an appointment viewing. You had to watch The Sopranos, 6 Feet Under, Sex and the City, and more recently Game of Thrones when they aired in order to be able to talk about them at work the next day. Netflix did that at first, but as it expanded its audience, it got away from that strategy, creating an enormous amount of shows that got very little attention. I mean, I don't really like the weekly model, but it does keep you coming back. And that might be the way that streaming is in the future. I don't know. We'll figure it out. As it went for volume over prestige, Netflix lost its relevance. That had been made worse by the company's insistence on releasing whole seasons all at once, that robs the company of the public relations life cycle that Walt Disney Company report Disney Plus takes on full advantage of. I mean, Disney's losing stock value for other reasons, but that is a thing that keeps people coming back. So even if you cancel and come back, cancel, come back, cancel, come back, people they subscribe to the service. They watch it over an extended period of time to watch a season of a show, and then they come back. But it's extended period. Like I can subscribe to a Netflix, watch a bunch of wait 3 months. It has a bunch of shit that I want. I can subscribe to a Netflix. I can binge watch it all in a relatively short amount of time, and then I can unsubscribe. I could also pirate, which I'm not advocating for, nor I'm saying I'm doing. But there are other avenues that why like the weekly gives you something to discuss what's going to happen, how's it going to go. It builds hype, it builds suspension, and it gets people going. The content game has changed this as the scene has become a lot more crowded. Now it's about intellectual property and taking big swings, not throwing a lot of shows at the wall to see what sticks. Netflix has decided not to play that game, and that's causing its struggles. Warner Brothers Discovery, WBD, Get Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. report has followed a similar path as Netflix with CNN Plus, and that ultimately led to the news service lasting not even a month. Not even a month. Goodbye, CNN. That's what we've been talking about. So why did CNN fail? Which is why you came here. CNN Plus assumed that having a lot of content meant more than having a signature content. It created a lot of shows with big names, or at least big names in the news world, but it wasn't core programming. You might like Jack Taper or Innocent Cuba, but CNN Plus did not give their top tier shows. Instead, it gave you those names doing variety shows of limited appeal. You can't actually watch CNN on CNN Plus, which is fucking retarded. It makes its programming secondary. Yes, the channel had lots of shows, but were any of them essential? Sure, you got stars, but mostly CNN Plus delivered their vanity projects, not the shows people associate them with. Basically, CNN Plus followed the Netflix model, hired lots of stars, throw tons of ideas at the wall that can work to a point when you have more than 200 million subscribers. Netflix, for example, considers its Adam Sandler movies hits because they engaged a segment of its audience from CNN Plus. However, it's a very tough way to grow from zero. And why is the fucking Disney model successful? Well, I mean, Disney is failing for other reasons. Again, I'm going to keep saying that, but why is their streaming model working? Disney's intellectual property has removed the threat of failure from its business model. It releases only shows that have large potential audiences. It only produces only relatively small numbers of shows at a time. That makes it possible for a lesser known character like Moon Knight to lead a series. Every Disney show is an event that gets talked about and covered by entertainment media exclusively. That plus the one episode a week release schedule enables word of mouth and water cooler buzz to build. Yeah, see, it builds that fucking suspense, and people want to engage with the content because some of the content might be interesting. It's fucking new. It's not just the same old garbage told in fucking a bunch of different ways, and it brings people to the service. Apple TV did this with C, which is a nice show on Apple TV. I wish it wasn't on Apple TV, but like that's a Jason Momoa show that's fucking pretty damn fucking good. But it builds the suspense because people have to talk about it, and they anticipate and they wait to see what's going to happen, and it builds the media buzz, which gets more people coming in and makes more people watch, and that's just how fucking winning is done. I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily, and we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.